then you will eventually find some loops through every imported functions. In this one, you have first you have a test. This is basically just testing whether we are importing functions by ordinal or by name. And then we just do a get proc address on the function we need to get the address. And with this instruction, the protection is just filling the import address table with the good pointers to functions. So your original application then can eventually call the functions normally. You also have, on this one, you have a different function to flush the cache, but most packers will eventually flush the cache. So this one is using cache range flush. So far I have seen 3 functions used for this flushing stuff. The first one is flush instruction cache. Then we have a cache sync, like UPX is using. And this commercial protection is using cache range flush. So this is a few functions you might want to look at when you are trying to unpack packers for Pocket PC. Okay. It's very small. You have to try to find. I will have to move it because it's too small if I keep a normal resolution. So basically what I'm doing here is just looking through the P files, the PE editor, looking for the entry point and image base and everything. I am looking at the section names, the virtual address, the row size. We can see the row size is here we can see the row size and row offset is 0. This is a good indication that the file has been compressed. And so usually I start looking at the section headers first. I start unpacking files. Then I'm looking at the import table, looking for imported functions. We see a few nice functions. Then there's only a few imported functions, probably just because they want to keep track on which DLL have been used by the original application. And we can see that the resource section has been compressed. You can just get anything from the resource section. Then you open the file in IDA. You need to load everything because you will need to extract the headers from this file. Change the resolution. It's going to be small. So this is the start of the application, and the first thing you need to do is you need to get the headers to the file. So I'm using a script I did for dumping everything. I will just give it after the presentation. So you script, you dump the headers to disk. Because there is no PE header in memory anyway. Then you need to go back to, well, the script is going to output information about the file, like the image base on 3 points and things like this. So then you need to go to the entry point of the application, and you can start debugging it, because we need to first get decrypted application before you can dump it. So I'm connecting to the Pocket PC. So there we are. I'm just debugging the application. This is the entry point, and I want to put a breakpoint on the jump to the entry point, which is right here. I will put the video online anyway because it's probably very small. So there is two subfunctions, as I said. This is a decompression function of UPX, and you have those two part of code are the one are going to use get proc address and load library. So you can just skip most of the subfunction because you don't want to trace everything, because you don't need. You just want to get an unpacked application in memory. So I'm just tracing to show how it looks like on Pocket PC, just ARM assembly. So you can use F4 to bypass the loops and everything. And we can see that the application has been decrypted at this point. So now we are just going to have a look at the original application. This is the original entry point. Everything has been decrypted in memory. So I'm just showing how it looks like. There are two subfunctions. One for load library and one for get proc address. If you look at the register state, you can see. Well, there is a pointer to get proc address in one register and a pointer to a load library in another one. So you can just easily find out which subfunction is calling get proc address and which one is calling load library. So you can just rename everything. As you can see, this one had a load library, and the one below will have a get proc address. So you can just rename this location to get a better disassembly. So now you can see you have everything renamed properly. You have a load library, get proc address, and this is just filling the import table with the good pointers. So the original application can just call the function it needs. So you can see in R0 there is a pointer to some function. This is a function that is going to be called by the original application at some point. So just a big loop, getting every function it needs and put them inside the import address table. It's very similar to handling import table on Windows PC. So you can just rename the subfunction to decompress and handle import stuff. Then the next one is a jump to the flush instruction cache function. So prior to jumping to the original application, UPX is going to flush the instruction cache and then jump to the original application. So everything will be flushed and ready to be executed. So you can rename everything if you need for better understanding of the disassembly. So then you want to put a breakpoint on the to the original entry point. So this is the original entry point. Everything has been decompressed. Everything is ready to be executed. So now you want to dump this process to your hard drive. So for this, I'm using my IDC script, which is just a P dumper. So the first thing I ask you is to get the header file, the one we made when we started the analysis. And you can see there is some output telling you about the size of the application in memory, the RVA of the first section, in memory, and it tells you the file has been dumped and the number of sections to fix. So in this case, 3. So it gives you some information if you want to look at the file manually. So now we have upxdump.exe with everything fixed. You can start looking inside it with IDA. This one is just a simple regedit application because I didn't want to get infected, just in case. But now the file has been completely decrypted, so you can just start IDA and analyze it. But I didn't change the entry point, so you need to change the header with a good entry point, but everything is good. You can see there. Yes. This is strings, so everything is ready for analysis now. So you can just manually change the entry point with a P editor, save it, and just disassemble it again. And you get an